this is D&D. What does your podcast do with D&D? You just kind of record the whole conversation? Did you start this? That you said that you've been in the story for 2 years. Did you have you started the podcast since then or after? Or how's the podcast kind of play into all this?
Yeah. So
and what's the name of it? We want to get the name.
Right. So we're Dungeon Stories. We upload every Sunday. But basically, what we do when we sit down to play the game, we record the whole thing. We put a mic down in front of us, and we record us playing the game. And the idea behind it, is that we're telling a story. The idea is that we've created characters that people will enjoy. We're telling a story that people can connect to. So we have a story about heroes, and the characters in the show are all from various walks of life. One of them, like I said, is like an ex-assassin. She was a member of the Assassin's Guild and then was betrayed by that guild, so she left it, and now she's kind of like a hero working with this group. One of them is like a princess from this tribe in the forest who she kind of had to go against their traditional ways to set off against the will of her tribe to stop this evil power from rising, and now she's not sure if she'll be welcomed back home or not.
Wow.
We have a character who is a cleric who spent his whole life at a temple for the god of medicine, the god of healing, and then the big bad guy of the campaign, the guy who's trying to become a god, he destroyed that character's temple. And so now he's joined up with the heroes to try and stop that big evil guy. So we have all these characters with different histories and different abilities who've all come together with a common goal to take down this bad guy. So the idea is that we're telling a story, just like any show that you would watch or any radio show that you would listen to way back when. We're constructing a story. But one of the things that makes it a little bit more exciting is, like you said, the dice, the randomness of it. So much of it is dependent upon a die roll. So the story, how I think it's going, how I think things will happen, there's no telling. I never know what my players are going to say, how they're going to react to a situation, how the dice are going to roll. So there's always an element of the unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen. And so that's what makes it, I think, a little bit more exciting than traditional storytelling, because if someone is writing a script for a show, they know how it's going to end. Everything that happens is thought out and strategically plotted to make that show what it is.
Right.
Whereas with the story that we tell, it's improv.
Right.
Whatever happens, and we have to roll with it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no take backs. We can't go back and edit things out.
I was about to say, that was going to be one of my questions, is have you ever something happen, you're like, let's go back an hour.
Yeah, no, if something happens, it happens, right? So
Dang.
if we're playing a character for so long, you get really attached to that character, and then they fall in combat, they die. That character is dead.
Dang.
And so we have characters die on the show. It's happened a couple times. It might happen more. Maybe everyone will stay alive till the very end. There's no telling.
But there's no telling.
There's no telling.
Because you set the stage, you put yourself in this position, then you start rolling, and you're like, okay, now we're here. Let's do this. Oh no, and it's just consistently adapting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of D&D shows out there. In fact, more than you might think. One of the things that I found out after getting into the TTRPG podcast community is I realized that there are a ton of shows out there. A lot of people doing the same thing, but the difference is the people who's doing it. We are a group of really solid friends. We're friends in real life. We're not just a cast who's been selected for this show, right? We're real friends. So when you sit down and listen to us play, there's that camaraderie between us all. We're really comfortable with one another, so we can crack jokes really fast. We know each other well, so we have that going for us, as well as especially around this area with being in Pocatello at ISU.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of college kids around. So I think people involved in like the college sphere, hearing other college students produce and be creative, like
Mm,
that's another really interesting aspect that we
yeah,
have.
that's a huge plus.
Yeah, it's not like we're not celebrities who do this for a job. This is something that a group of friends do for fun. So we have that, like, it's something that we all want to do. So we put that passion into it.
Right. That's exciting.